This is going to be channeled messages. No idea what comes out. Your guess is as good as mine. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. I'm a tarot reader and intuitive coach for the last 6 years. Oh, okay, they already want to talk. So they're like, Allie, shut up. Okay, so I got this scene from, gosh, what is that movie called? It's not A Walk to Remember. It's like my guides are arguing with each other, but basically the scene goes it's a bunch of kids camping and someone says, I don't shut up, I grow up. And when I look at you, I throw up. That. Oh, what is that movie? It's one of my favorite movies. I'm thinking of everything except the movie name. Oh my gosh, that's gonna kill me. If anyone remembers what I'm referencing to, please let me know. I'll have to clip it and then show it as proof that I'm not just making that up. But I do think that was like a really old, what do they call that? Can I just like not find the words these days? Ah, moving on. What was this one? Ah, yes. A lot of moving around and things, especially when it comes to people's 10th house. So go ahead and look at where your 10th house is in your birth chart to figure out how this is impacting you. And they said it's because something bigger is coming. So you could be like someone that's a tadpole with a bunch of snakes in the grass. And you're someone that's kind of like amphibian like, I'm getting like a frog, where you can be both land, water. And so you stand out from the rest of the crowd. But there's like a lot of shells, which would reference fourth house and home. And then the kangaroo is reminding me of Winnie the Pooh with kangaroo and Roo. Kinga and Roo. Hi, welcome in. Please double tap to like the video, share, and subscribe, all that good jazz. And the reason that this is happening is because they said inventory and resources will also be moving around. So, therefore, people will be migrating based on their needs. Apparently, some of those needs are nuts, food, maybe even. Um, I heard practical supply. I don't know if that's like a thing. Hmm. I'm munching on grapes. I find that it's best that I have a snack or a drink with me when I'm channeling, you guys. Like, why hide that from you? Like, if I'm gonna be the best that I can be, it's best if Allie has a snack at all times, especially because it's such an energy drain. I find that I get like really tired, hungry, or thirsty when I'm doing lives. Yes, and I heard desperate hands, and then I heard thievery. So there's something about energy harvesting as well as people having bad boundaries and that impacting your space and your needs. And I say take that shit seriously. I know I am. If you needed someone to tell you that today, hopefully I gave you permission. But it's a very much don't ask any. No, that's not how they would put it. I was going to say don't ask any questions, but no, what they wanted to say was don't. They're saying take no prisoners. Okay. I was going to say no apologies. Lately, I feel like I've been able to discern what I'm channeling through me and like my higher self, and more so guides and other people's guides. Whereas, like, when I got into this, I did not. I just felt energy everywhere, all around me. Now I'm a lot more discerning. And so you'll like hear me when I'm channeling, I'm like arguing with myself and the energies around. I'm just like, okay. Only psychics and mediums I feel like would be able to understand. That's like, and I heard renovation. So a lot of people might have like this wandering turtle without a shell kind of feeling. But the reason why is it's because it hasn't been made yet. We're walking into a new creation. Yeah. And, walking into the unknown, it's meant to be explored, right? For some people, most people, they cling on to what they know. But the comfort is the sickness, is what I'm hearing. End of July will be a shift. Winter will be a shift. And I'm hearing October to November. So this will require you to rewrite your belief systems. And that can mean anything. I feel guided to grab a book. I'm not going to reference them anymore for people that ask in the chat because I think I'll do like a bundle and we'll talk about it later. You know? Okay. Well, that is not what I expected when I grabbed the book. We're on the page of nostalgia. Nostalgia is the arriving waveform of a dynamic past, newly remembered and about to be reimagined by a mind and a body at last ready to come to terms with what actually occurred. Nostalgia subverts the present by its overwhelming physical connection to a person or a place, to a time in which we lived or to a person with whom we lived, making us wonder, in the meeting of a past and present, if the intervening years ever occurred. Nostalgia can feel like an indulgence, a sickness, an induation from forces beyond us, but beyond strangely forces that have also lived within us all along. Nostalgia is not indulgence. Nostalgia tells us we are in the presence of revelation, about to break through the present structures held together by the way we have remembered. Something we thought we understood, but that we are now about to fully understand. Something already lived, but not fully lived. Issuing not from our future, but from something already experienced. Something that was important, but something to which we did not grant importance enough. Something now wanting to be lived again at the depth to which it first arrived us, but which we originally refused. Nostalgia is not an immersion in the past. Nostalgia is the first annunciation that the past as we know it is coming to an end. Oh, wow. That's pretty powerful. And the first time I've actually read that page. So I have some books which they're kind of meant for that. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me just read this to you guys. Quote unquote, Charlie has many of the traits of a narcissistic or bold leader. He is also a stockbroker in his late 40s. He manages a sales team of 20 and he also has his own client base. He is well dressed, extroverted, entertaining, and charming. His clients love him, and his sales track record is one of the best in his industry. However, he was recently passed over for a promotion and as part of an organizational leadership development program and was assigned to a coach. His 360-degree feedback indicates that many of his sales team reported that they felt undervalued and sometimes intimidated by his pace setting style. The feedback from his peers indicated that they saw him as being brash, rude, arrogant, and pushy. Charlie was quick to highlight numerous examples of his successes. He gave a wide range of reasons why he should have been promoted. When questioned about the way he managed and developed his team, he stated that he felt deeply for his team and that he would do anything for them. But there was no justification for failing to meet sales targets. After all, quote unquote, if I can make the figures, so should they. He is sure that he did not get the promotion because the managing director and his peers were jealous of and threatened by him. As can be seen by this brief outline, the key themes of Charlie's narcissistic personality style are a sense of entitlement, grandiosity, a need to be envied and admired, a lack of empathy, a need to be considered special and unique, and a need to be the center of attention. The broad goal for the coaching engagement was to increase Charlie's ability to develop his direct reports and to build a more relationship, a coexisting relationship with his peers. Clearly, this goal is to not naturally, um, I didn't like the way that was worded. Skip this. What was the, I mean, yeah, we're seeing a lot of that, right? So you might be dealing with that or someone around you, or this could be you. I don't know. Check yourself. I always say take a knee. That's something that I got from Miriam. Hi, welcome in. Reciprocity. Well, you'll be getting it. And I think it's because you've been going through this process of becoming the King of Pentacles, where you can show up for yourself, right? Or you're in transition of seeing when you didn't show up for yourself. And now you're feeling it, which is very Pluto and Aquarius, right? I mean, technically, these cards, King of Cups is a water sign, Scorpio energy, Aquarius. It's a start of a different way on how you communicate, how you show up for yourself, and how you get your needs met. Um, Leo placement is also significant. Hi, welcome in. The key here is to build relationships, friendships, and connections for the greater good and a common goal. And this could be anything. This could be business. I think a lot of it will be working for yourself, small business. What else? Um, and like meals, gatherings, community spaces. No, not that kind of reading. Although sometimes we do free questions. So subscribe and keep your alerts on if you're interested in participating in those. And truly, like, what makes you happy? Because what's currently happening is not the sun card. Otherwise, this wouldn't be happening. But that is where this is all leading towards. Just FYI. We can't get the good without the tower, right? And technically, you know, tarot is in a sequence. After the tower is the star. I know I'm a life path 9, so this year is about being set free in a lot of ways. And so I do think that's what's happening for the collective, which makes sense because I'm an Aquarius sun. And so my life kind of reflects a lot of that energy. Hello, hello. That's why my collective reads tend to hit pretty spot on. I was like, because I was meant to do this, obviously. Obviously. Being recognized for something that you produce. If it's not that, there could also possibly be a relationship or a connection coming back around. There's that message again about water, paying attention to the water, drinking water. And then we get a water mammal. Interesting. Did you hear that? Felt like that was part of the channeled message. Notice how they fell in the direction. Well, this fire is going to need to be put out by this. And so there's something about that here. You see how these animals are kind of all looking towards each other, and they're all set up in different ways, meant to do different things. And so we kind of, as humans, we think we have like this blueprint that we can give to other humans of, I know the way, follow my way. Whereas these animals, they know that each one of them is meant to have a different purpose. There is no one size fits all. Yet, for whatever reason, we as humans try really hard and even like cancel culture will cast people out if they don't fit. If they don't fit, right? Sometimes you see this behavior in I guess this isn't the greatest example, but sometimes ducks, they will abandon a sick duck. But I guess it would depend if that sick duck is something that they can sense is probably going to make the rest of the clan sick. Something like that. Something like that. One moment. I don't tolerate disrespect in the chat when you pull on my energy, especially with the channeling. Get off my channel. I feel like I just channeled like a country person. Maybe. I felt like I had an accent there. Well, we did have the message about migrating earlier. So people moving around to different places and meeting unexpected faces. I was having this conversation with someone, and I feel like they want me to bring it up for the channeling, but he's a fellow reader in Australia, and I've never been there, right? And so me and him were talking about what we have noticed in where we live based on our real life experience compared to what is pushed out on the media. And it was vastly different, you guys. Like his ideas of Washington and Seattle area, for example, were way different than what information I was able to give him. And then my ideas of Australia were completely wrong, completely wrong. And he showed me a lot of pictures and he kind of like gave me a little vlog of what his day looks like. And I was like, wow, so interesting. And so there's a message about that there of, knowing is not enough. The experience, though, um, sometimes is meant to be lived. Like it feels like someone's struggling with the decision of, is this right? There is no right or wrong. It's an experience. And so you got to take one with the other. And then, okay. Okay, let's talk about it. So, doing life with people, the people that you surround yourself with, you want to be able to have that kind of energy around you that has that kind of, I wouldn't say tolerance. Loyalty would be a better word, right? So, I got the image of the movie The Prince of Egypt, and I don't remember the full scene, but in the scene, there's a snake that gets thrown into the middle of the temple that they're in, and he's doing a dance. Oh, interesting. More to say, but it feels like a lure. And then I heard in Venus ways. So, okay, they want to say greed is a lusty energy. I would agree. I would agree. There's something about that there. Because lust is also a take and a harvesting energy. And that can come out in so many different ways, not just sex. Why am I spelling it out? I was like, my kids are old enough. Also, this channel is not for kids. Okay. Blocked throat chakra a little bit. You are someone around you. Then I heard copyright and stealing someone's words. I don't like that at all. There's so many different birds here. Owl, hummingbird, swan. I love mini decks, you guys. Probably because I have baby hands. They just feel so good. Uh-huh. That's the kind of owl that I was supposed to get on my tattoo, you guys. A lot of this is feminine energy, to be honest. Most. I don't know that song. I hate when I have a melody, but I know that if I try to hum it, most people wouldn't get it. Two 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 777 2709. And then I heard, do you need a pen? And one of my pens just dropped. I'm so curious, like, what will transpire from some of these channeled messages videos. And they're not meant to reach everyone, so the numbers look completely different. But I know that they're meant for someone. Aha. Oh, interesting. So something being delayed. Like it's giving an opportunity that you had before or that you wanted before, but that was not meant to happen until now. So, that came out in the cards earlier, exploring in these dreamy times from this deck. And so it could be a dream or a wish that you have. And I would say the astrology is very fitting for going towards what you're internally motivated by, which would be your Mars. So look to your Mars. So this new beginning is right in front of you. But the perspective shift was necessary to be able to maintain the manifestation or whatever this is. Pre 8, welcome in. I am good. How are you? Hmm. Yeah, something needed to be ironed out. Like something wasn't the proper environment, time, setup, circumstances, whatever, whatever. Here's that copywriting message again. Hmm. I feel like a lot of people are feeling that shift of what is marketed for media compared to what is genuine. You see how this performer, and then we got like that copyright energy. So it's almost like stealing from the words and the voice of others, real spiritual teachers, maybe even hermit energy. I don't like that, so I guess be careful of that. Drink more water. Again. Well, that's never a bad message, right? You heard it here today. This is your daily reminder. Drink more water. There's also another tarot reader on YouTube that mentions this a lot. Drink water and talk to your water, because water holds memory, by the way. And just like think how spiritual water really is. Cleansing internally, externally. We play in it, float in it. Yeah, I like water. We should probably start taking care of our water right now. Wow, I needed that reminder. The water memory has been coming up for me so many times. Thank you for sharing. Yes, I could also use the reminder today to drink more water, and I do have a, a water bottle right in front of me. And I came up with the animals too. I got some desert animals. Looking towards the future, I'm hearing spiritual replenishment. So this could be what your choice is really about. Like if you gave yourself more credit is what they're saying. I don't know why. Like say, okay, as a psychic medium, like you might think like, wow, we're so tuned in and tapped in. And maybe in some ways, yes, more than other people. But you also have that natural instinct and ability. And I think that's what spirit is trying to show you, is that your body is actually giving you signals, but you're just like kind of ignoring it. And to be honest, the world is set up for you to do so for most places, especially America. So, am I biased because I'm stuck here? Maybe. Where is everybody else from in the chat? Because I know that not all of you are from the States. Interesting. I'm getting, I heard different allies, friends in unlikely places, people that have a higher blah, blah, position, therefore have a different perspective. That does not mean that their perspective is the one and only, because leaders only lead because they have people to lead, right? Like you're leading other people. And so there's this false sense of self of leadership where it's about them and the people providing for them, not realizing that these people are siphoning energy. So there's going to be a big change in that. um, I think people feeling called more to lead in their own right, in their own lives, in whatever way that looks like. And it's feeling like addressing the elephant in the room. And then I'm getting gosh, I wish I knew the very specific artist, but there's been many artists over years and years and years. that have produced art that have been revolutionary. Songs even. Like what's that one? Zombies and the Cranberries. That's one that automatically comes to mind. That would be the Nightingale kind of energy, some kind of art or creative expression. And it could be like as simple as, okay, well, what my brain is automatically showing me. Some channeling. The example they want to give is my one of my local witches at her shop, she has like a recipe box and everybody puts in their personal family recipe or whatever whatever. It's very cute, very cute. And so, it could be like so many things. Like I don't know why I keep thinking about food. They're also showing me beans. um I mean, food and cooking is an art as well. So, be open minded to different concepts of what this could be, right? All right. I think that's all the messages that I have for you guys today. You'll have to let me know what resonates and how this goes as things transpire. 7 7. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're in need of a personal reading, go ahead and check out my links. But until next time.